Do you remember back in school when you were learning algebra or calculus and you were wondering, why am I wasting my time learning this stuff? I'm never going to use it. Well, it was probably because none of us understood at the time where the application of that knowledge would be. And the topic of product research is actually very similar. You can find countless material teaching you how to do product research, but until you understand why you're looking for certain numbers, why you're setting certain filters, and why you're doing analysis a certain way, you're not going to be able to do product research effectively, efficiently, or successfully, especially when you don't know what any of it means. In this video, I'm going to explain why we look for certain numbers and set certain filters and what they all mean and how they affect the search results so that you can go off on your own and tailor your product research to fit your specific needs and find viable products that no one else is seeing. But first, my name is Crescent, and this is our first time meeting. Welcome to my channel. My passion is sharing tips and strategies on how you can create a successful Amazon FBA private label business. So if you enjoy videos like this, or especially if you've been around my channel, consider subscribing. All right, let's jump in. All right, so getting started here, everybody doing product research should start with a product research tool. And what I have here is the product database by AmazeScout. And if you don't know what that is, it's a database of all of the products that are in the Amazon marketplace. And what they've done is they've collected all the data related to each listing and has broke it down into a database that you can filter and search for specific criteria, and it'll pull up products that match those criteria. And the first one we're going to start with is the minimum monthly sales velocity. Now, you're going to find that a lot of people teach to start with a minimum of 250 to 300 units per month. So why 250 or 300 units minimum per month? That number wasn't just arbitrarily picked out of thin air. In business, to make money, you need to generate sales, obviously. So the more sales you make, the more money you can make. Well, the 250 and 300 units per month is derived by the fact that the most people starting a new business, they're trying to replace a income stream of some sort. And that's around $3,000 per month. And to make $3,000 per month, you want to sell products that are going to generate some sort of profit margin. And a typical profit margin is around $10 per unit. So with $10 profit per unit, how many units do you need to sell to make $3,000 a month? Well, that's pretty simple. If we go to the calculator, you can see that if you want to make $3,000 a month and you're making $10 per unit, you need to sell 300 units per month. So that's where the 300 comes from. And it can vary a little bit. So that's why you can choose 250 to 300, but I wouldn't go any less than 250 units per month. So that's where that number is derived from. Now, if we go back to the AmazeScout product database, you'll notice that there's a field here for the estimated monthly sales, and you can set what the minimum search criteria is. And in this case, I've set it to 300. Now, of course, depending on what your target profit margin is per month and what your profit margin is per unit, this number can change. So if you're looking for products that only make $5 profit per unit, then obviously you're going to need double the sales, 600 units per month. Or if you're making $20 profit per unit, then you only need 150 units per month. Make sense? So that's why it's important that you figure out ahead of time what your realistic monthly profit goal is so that you can break it down into a monthly sales velocity. And secondly, it's not recommended to look for products that are less than $15 or more than $50. So why is that? Well, first of all, people shopping on Amazon are typically going to be impulse shoppers. So they're going to find something that they like and just click the buy it now button. So anything over $50, and people psychologically will tend to do some more research on that product and start comparing with other listings. So that's why it's recommended to stay under $50 to keep your product an impulse buy. Now, why greater than $15? Well, anything less than $15 and you're cutting your margins, meaning your profit, really slim. Remember, the whole reason you're getting into this business is to make money. So there's no point in selling anything if you're earning $0 on it, okay? So with Amazon, when you sell products through FBA, they charge you an FBA fee. There's a fulfillment fee and a referral fee. There's no way around it. And typically, that cost is going to be around $4 to $6 for a small tiered product. And so if we take a look at the fee structure, you can see that the fulfillment fees are fixed depending on the tier that your product falls under. Okay, so a small one is going to be around $2.41 and up. Now there's also the referral fee, which is 15% of your sale price, or $1. And so that's going to be added on top as well. So you can expect to pay somewhere around $4 to $6 in fees. So think about it. If you're selling a product that's less than $15, so let's just say it's $12, and $5 to $6 of it is in fees, then you only have $5 or $6 left, and that has to cover your unit cost, what it costs for you to make that product, and ship it to Amazon, and including any advertising that you want to do for that product. And so a typical product in this price range is also going to cost you around $5 or $6 to manufacture and have it shipped from China to a US warehouse. So with $4 to $6 in fees and then another $5 or $6 to produce and ship your product, you're left with basically $1 or less in profit. So it's not worth your time, right? And secondly, products generally priced $9.99 or less become add-on items. And so no one can buy your product unless they actually spend a minimum of $25 in that one purchase. So it's difficult to purchase your product alone. You want to stay away from that. And next is the level of competition. How do you judge that? Well, the competition, when we're doing product research, is based on how many reviews the top listings have. The more reviews a listing has, generally means that listing has been around longer and the product is doing better. So if there's more listings on the top that have more reviews, then that niche is going to be more competitive. So you typically want to find niches that have low competition. So niches that have at least 7 out of the top 10 listings with less than 75 reviews. Okay, so that's why when you're using the product database tool, you can see here there is a review field as well, and you can set that to a maximum of 75. And that's why we choose a maximum for the reviews, so that we're looking for low competition niches. If you encounter a niche where the majority of the top listings have more than 75 or 100 reviews, then that niche is going to be pretty competitive and you're going to have a tough time trying to get your listing ranked up there with those top listings. It's either going to cost you a lot of money or you won't be successful at all. So that's why it's not recommended to try to break into highly competitive niches. Now, another topic of confusion where beginners generally just copy what they've seen is what categories to choose when you're doing product research. Now, why do people only search in specific categories? Well, for me personally, I only search in the categories that are checkmarked here. And there's a reason for each one. Okay, A, I'm looking for products that are not fads, are not trends, they're not easily breakable, they're not electronic devices, typically don't need any FBA approval or any hazmat restrictions, are small and lightweight, and have less competition. So for example, appliances are going to be too big, so I'm not looking in there. Books, I don't want to sell books because they're hard to sell, there's no profit in it. CDs and vinyl, again, I don't want to sell those for the same reason. Cell phone accessories, way too competitive, not enough profit there. Clothing, shoes, and jewelry, way too many SKUs, meaning there's too many variations. Like a t-shirt will have 8 different colors and 5 different sizes. I don't want to deal with that. I want to sell something that's simple, where I don't have to worry about variations and keeping different ones in stock. Okay, computer and accessories, same thing. Electronics, things break, people have trouble understanding how to use it. You're gonna get a lot of returns, and that's just a bunch of problems I don't want to deal with. Movies and TVs, again, is something I don't want to get into because it's not something I want to sell. Same with musical instruments. Again, Kindle books and stuff, I don't want to do that. Toys and games, way too competitive. And again, there's a lot of fads and trends with toys and games. So what might be hot today might not be in a month or two from now. And the whole point of selling on Amazon is to find sustainable long-term products. Okay, and if you do get onto one that's a fad, you can make a lot of money, but if you get in at the wrong time, you can get stuck with thousands of dollars in inventory that you no longer can move. All right, same thing with video games and others. So that's why I don't sell any of that stuff. Okay, now you can, it's up to you and what your risk tolerance is and how much work you want to devote into each product. So if you do want to do clothing or electronics or whatever, you can. This is just my personal preference. So that's why these are selected and the other ones aren't. Now, going back to the search criteria over here for the filters, why have I only used a few of them and not the others? Well, the price, the monthly sales, and the reviews are the most important ones and are the most basic ones that you should be using when you're first starting out with product research. Now, as you get more advanced, you can add more filters and introduce more criteria to filter out more specific niches. Now, the additional filters that I find the most helpful are the rating. Now, what this is the feedback rating. A minimum and maximum you can set. So what's helpful here is if you want to find specific products that have a poorer feedback so that you can perhaps fix a problem that the product has, you can set a maximum review rating here. And I like to use 3.7 or thereabouts. So I filter out products that have a maximum of 3.7 star reviews. That way I can go through the reviews and see if there's any problem areas that I can go ahead and fix and make my product better and add more value to it. Okay? And another one that I like to use is the listing quality. And I like to use listing quality because the Amazon Marketplace is filled with people that don't know how to create appealing and attractive, powerful listings. So you can filter out products that have poor listings, and you can see if the majority of listings in that niche also have poor listings, and you can come in with a well-built and optimized listing and dominate that market. And this is a score from 0 to 100, and I would set it to somewhere around 75 or 80. Now, the rest of the filters here, I don't really use because I don't find them helpful. For example, the number of sellers, it's irrelevant how many listings there are in a niche because 99% of them, they were created by the seller, but they didn't put any time or effort into it, and they're just parked there on the marketplace. And perhaps they don't have any inventory or they don't care about it, it's just sitting there, so they're irrelevant. The only listings you really care about are the ones on the first or second page. They're your direct competitors. Any other listings beyond that are irrelevant. And the weight, again, I personally look for products that are in the small size tier, so anything under 2 pounds. So I just have it set here for 2. But if you want to look for products that are specifically less than a certain weight or specifically more, like the oversized category, then you can use this filter. Another one that might be helpful too is the estimated revenue. And so for me, I'm not trying to find products that are home run, like the one huge product that's going to make $50,000, $60,000 a month. I prefer to stay under the radar. So products that are making around $5,000 to $8,000 a month, right? So here you can set the revenue to a minimum of $5,000 so that there's some profit there to be made, and then a maximum of $8,000 or $9,000, let's just say, for an example, and search for products specifically in that range so I can generate a profit of $1,000 to $2,000 a month on that single product. Okay, so now using these basic filters and the categories that I have over here, let's do a quick search and I'll show you an example of products that get pulled up in the database. All right, so now you can see that the list of products that come up all meet the search criteria that you've set. Now you want to look for products that are unique and out of the ordinary. The popular items are typically trademarked, patented, or just have too much competition. It's always the strange, out of the ordinary, mundane products that do the best. But stay away from fads or trends, okay? So let's see what we can find real quick for an example. Let's see, nothing here. Let's see, what is this? Toys, I don't want to do that. What is this? Pretty 3D printer? No. See, the snorkel mask is patented, I know that. So is this is patented, so be careful you don't do patented products. What's this? A memory foam bath mat. Let's take a look at that. Okay, it's kind of weird. You figure memory foam stuff is for a bed or a pillow, right? So this is probably pretty comfortable to stand on. Memory foam bath mat. So let's do a search in the niche. And again, you want to make sure you use the broadest keywords when you're doing that. And I'm going to guess that it's just bath mat. All right, and the products that pull up are in that niche. So let's do a look in the Chrome extension. And this is the Amaze Scout Chrome extension, which pulls up all the listings that are organically ranked in that search, and it displays it here. And it pulls up all the relevant data for each listing. So for example, what BSR, or the rank they are in the category, their price, what the fees are for their product, their estimated sales per month, their revenue per month, how many reviews they have. And again, having a tool like this is so powerful because it allows you to do product research in a niche quickly and efficiently and at a glance. Now, if you're interested in trying out Amaze Scout, there's a free trial. I'll leave links to it in the description. There's also a $20 coupon there for you to use. So right away, looking at this, I can see the number of reviews that this niche is way too competitive. Remember, you want to find niches that have at least 7 out of the top 10 listings under 75 reviews. So you can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of them are over 75 reviews. So that would strike this one off as a viable product. All right. Now what's great about the Amaze Scout Chrome extension is that it has a lot of built-in tools that saves you a lot of time from having to use a whole bunch of other tools or browse the website to find the information that you're looking for. So for example, this one right here, May Shine Bath Mat, if I click on this, it gives me links to tools that I can use right now to find additional information. So if I would go to Alibaba.com, for example, it's gonna pull up the product on Alibaba and I can get a quick estimate of what the price is for this product. Well, in this case, it pulled up something different, but it would be bath mat. And I can quickly look and see these bath mats and their prices, right? Now, if that was a memory foam bath mat, you can see here, here's one right here, memory foam bath mat. They're anywhere from $1 to $1.50 a piece with a minimum order of 1,000. So let's just say they're $1.50 each, right? So if I come back over here, I can go right away to the profit calculator. You can see that this May Shine, they're selling it for $35.99. Their fees are $12. So a third of it is in Amazon fees, and the remaining 2/3 is their profit and their unit cost, and a shipped unit cost to Amazon. So I can tell right away there's a lot of margin there, right? And they have it here, 67% profit margin. And they're making $57,000 a month, okay? And they're selling 1,600 units per month. So how does this help? If I come over here to profit calculator, it already loaded the price that they're selling at. And what's great is it pulls up their tier for their fees and the unit size and weight, okay? So what my unit cost is, I can enter it here. So I already looked on Alibaba, it's $1.50. So let's assume that the shipping cost is also $1.50. So let's just say it costs us $3 to have it manufactured and shipped to Amazon. And right away I can see the profit per unit is $21 right here in this one window. So what does that mean? So again, going back to what we originally calculated earlier, if you're looking for $3,000 profit per month, all these numbers now come together, right? So instead of looking for 300 products that make $10 per unit, I now know that I'm making $20 per unit if I sold this. So I only need to sell 150 units per month. So now am I able to sell 150 units of this product? Well, I already said earlier, they're selling 1,600 units, okay? So if this was a low competition niche, I can see that with these numbers and why I put them together earlier, they all tie in together and help me make a decision quickly and easily using tools like this. All right? So now that you understand what all these criteria do and why we set them the way we do, you can change them around to suit your own needs and develop your own strategies to find products and niches. For example, I already know that people will most likely just copy the numbers I showed in this video. So to think outside the box, instead of searching for products between $15 and $50, for example, search for products right on the cusp. So for example, $14.50 to $14.99, or $50 and a penny to $54.99, or set the reviews to a minimum of 76 and a maximum of 80. Or you can go completely opposite of what the masses are doing and look specifically for products in the categories that no one else wants to do, or target only products that are only $50 and higher, or products that have much less monthly sales volume, like 100 units a month, but have larger profit margins, and so on and so on. Let me know in the comments if this made sense to you and if you were stuck not knowing what to do to change things up when you're using these tools for product research. All right, thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, you know what to do. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. And to make sure you never miss a video, click that bell icon to turn on notifications. There's also a link in the description to our community forums, which you should totally join. And if you're looking for more tips and strategy videos, click or tap over here. And as always, thanks for watching.